Welcome to Housing TV News at the top of the hour, coming to you from our studios here in the nation's capital, Abuja. I am Dorcas Chia. Our top stories. The federal government and the Federal Capital Territory moved to end multiple taxation in Abuja. APC's Fadile wins Ondo South. Lagos secures €170 million EIB funding for Omieko Waterways project. On the foreign scene, a stammer to resign as UK Prime Minister, Burnham leads succession race. And now the news in detail. The Independent National Electoral Commission (INEC) has declared the candidate of the All Progressive Congress, Professor Dayo Faduile, a winner of the Ondo South senatorial by-election. Announcing the results on Sunday, the returning officer, Professor Gbenga Ibileye, said Faduile polled 68,474 votes to defeat his closest rival, Engineer Akinwumi Adeolu Harrison of the Allied People's Movement, who secured 1,411 votes. Candidates of the Action People's Party and Boot Party garnered 213 and 704 votes respectively. INEC said 70,811 voters were accredited for the exercise, with 70,168 valid votes and 602 rejected ballots. The by-election was conducted to fill the vacancy created by the appointment of former Senator Jimo Ibrahim as Nigeria's permanent representative to the United Nations. Still on the by-elections, the Independent National Electoral Commission once again has declared the candidate of the People's Democratic Party, Senator Olaka Nwogu, winner of the Rivers Southeast Senatorial District by-election held on Saturday. Announcing the results, the returning officer Rosemary Ogu said Nwogu polled 47,961 votes to defeat candidates of the All Progressive Party, Labour Party and Action Alliance. APC candidates Osaru Saka Ebenezer scored 1,647 votes, while Douglas Beke Fabeke of Action Alliance and Sam Bariboa of Labour Party garnered 1,175 and 367 votes respectively. Nwogu will replace Senator Barinada Nwigi, who died in office on February 19, 2026. The federal government and the Federal Capital Territory Administration have begun efforts to harmonize tax administration in Abuja to eliminate multiple taxation, improve revenue collection, and support infrastructure development. Minister of Finance and Coordinating Minister of the Economy, Taiwo Oyedele, disclosed this after a meeting with FC's State Minister, Barrister Nyesom Wike, saying the initiative will align with a new tax reform law and create a more efficient tax system for residents and businesses. According to Oyedele, the meeting also focused on strengthening collaboration to advance the FCT's infrastructure renewal agenda. He commended Wike's strategy of completing abandoned projects, noting that it is helping to unlock economic and social benefits across the country. The Nigerian Society for Criminology has called on President Bola Ahmed Tinubu to intensify efforts to secure the country and protect citizens amid growing security challenges. Speaking at the end of the Society's 2026 International Conference in Abuja, NSE President Professor Oludayo Tade urged the government to improve the economy, sustain operations against bandits and terrorists, and enhance welfare packages for security personnel killed or injured in the line of duty. He stressed that protecting lives and property remain the government's primary constitutional responsibility, while keynote speaker Professor Jibrin Ibrahim called on the Nigerian state to restore citizens' confidence by addressing the nation's political, economic, and security challenges. Now, the Joint Admissions and Matriculations Board (JAMB) has scrapped admissions into affiliated degree programs run by colleges of education, making the Nigerian certificate in education the only entry route into institutions from the 2026-2027 academic session. Under the new guidelines, JAMB said no admissions into 100 or 200 levels would be allowed in colleges of education, with all new entrants required to come through the NCE program. Candidates affected by the policy have been given options to switch to parent universities, change institutions, or migrate to NCE programs. The board said the move is aimed at strengthening teacher education and urged institutions and relevant officials to ensure strict compliance with the new guidelines. We'll now take a pause here, and up next are news stories from the build sector. Do stay with us.
The future of Africa's housing sector will be shaped by bold ideas, strategic partnerships, and visionary leadership. At the AIHS CEOs Forum, leading voices across real estate, finance, construction, and government will converge to discuss solutions, unlock opportunities, and drive the next chapter of housing development in Africa. A platform for dialogue, a meeting point for influence, a forum where leaders shape the future. AIHS CEOs Forum, AIHS at 20 Legacy Edition, 13th to 18th July 2026, Transcorp Hilton, Abuja. Building partnerships, driving innovation, shaping Africa's housing future.
Watching Housing TV News at the hour. And now to the real sector. Lagos State has secured 170 million euros from the European Investment Bank to support the Omieko Waterways project, part of a 410 million euro financing package aimed at improving transport infrastructure and reducing congestion across the state. The project, implemented by the Lagos State Waterways Authority in partnership with the EIB, the French Development Agency, and the European Union, is scheduled for completion by 2030. It includes the development of 15 ferry routes covering about 140 kilometers alongside 25 upgraded and new ferry terminals and jetties. The initiative will also introduce electric-powered ferries in supporting infrastructure to promote a cleaner, more sustainable water transport while easing pressure on Lagos road network. Governor Babajide Sanwo-Olu described the project as a major step towards unlocking Lagos waterways and improving connectivity across the state. The project is expected to boost urban mobility, support economic activities, and positively impact real estate development through improved access to waterfront and undeserved communities. Lagos State residents are facing rising rents as accommodation costs continue to surge across major areas like Ikeja, Bagada, Magodo, Ketu, and Bega, with little improvement in housing quality. Property agents say a self-contained apartment now range from about 500,000 to over 2 million naira annually, while larger apartments and duplexes have also recorded sharp increases. Short-let prices have similarly climbed, especially in high-demand neighborhoods. Stakeholders attribute the surge to inflation, high construction costs, population growth, land scarcity, and rising fuel prices, which have increased maintenance and living expenses. Despite the higher rents, tenants report poor infrastructure, including unreliable electricity, water shortages, and weak estate management, leaving many feeling the cost no longer matches the quality of housing. The Lagos State government says it is working on reforms, including a tenancy bill aimed at regulating rent prices and improving transparency in the real estate sector. Moving on to the foreign scene, British Prime Minister Keir Starmer has announced he will step down as Labour leader less than 2 years after leading the party to a landslide election victory. He said he would remain in office until his successor is chosen, with the transition expected to be completed by December. Greater Manchester Mayor Andy Burnham has emerged as the front runner to replace Starmer and has confirmed his intention to run. Former Health Minister West Streeton, who has been tipped as a contender, ruled himself out and endorsed Burnham. Starmer's departure comes amid mounting pressure over his leadership and declining public support. Analysts say his successor will inherit major economic challenges, including high borrowing costs and sluggish growth, while financing markets reacted cautiously to the announcement. Ethiopian Prime Minister Abiy Ahmed's Prosperity Party has secured a landslide victory in the country's general election, winning 438 of the 501 contested parliamentary seats and paving the way for his re-election in October. While supporters credit Abiy with driving economic reforms, analysts and opposition figures have expressed concerns over rising tensions and the possibility of renewed conflicts in the Tigray region, as well as ongoing insurgencies in Amhara and Oromia. Security experts warn that deteriorating relations between Ethiopia and Eritrea, coupled with unresolved grievances from the Tigray civil war, could further destabilize the Horn of Africa, prompting calls from the international community for de-escalation and renewed dialogue. We take another pause, and up next we bring you news stories from the business scene and sports sector.
I'm Debbie Erb. I'm the founder of DLE Advisors, LLC. I just finished a really interesting session talking with the audience here at the International Housing Show. I have attended the show before, and I have to say it's bigger. It's bigger and better than it was 4 years ago. An incredible array of opportunities, companies, and new innovations in the housing space. So it's very exciting to be here. Thank you, Festus Adebayo. He's my guy. It's so well attended, and there's so many people here that I know who are movers and shakers in the industry. So I definitely recommend attending if you possibly can.
I am Ada Fung, the former Deputy Director of Housing from the Hong Kong Housing Authority. I think it's a very interesting housing show and conference that brings together a lot of experts and talents and government officials in Africa to explore the subject of housing in Africa. It's a very worthwhile initiative to do it once every year.
My name is Abiola Olusodo. I'm the Director, Lagos State Development and Property Corporation. I'm here at the International Housing Show 2025. This is a show that brings all the experts and all the major players in the real estate sector together. I must commend the efforts that go into that, the consistency, and everybody looks forward to it. And of course, it's well attended.
My name is Dr. Mark Joshua. I am the Director General Taraba Geographic Education Service. I got an invitation to attend, and I saw things like land reform. My priority here is to interact with experts in the field, gain more knowledge on how things are done as far as land reform is concerned. The organizers of this event have done well. I at least expect the caliber of people I see here. Seeing the people that I've seen here, that seem as a signal to me that it is not a child's play. We are here that really Nigerian main business to organize such a show.
My name is Sylvia Abdulkani Ademadumule, the Surveyor General of the Federation. I want to really say it's a good program. This is the 19th edition of it. I want to say a good thank you to the organizers of the program and to Nigeria in general. Hosting such an event is not something that comes easy. It comes with a lot of innovation on its own, like the team says, and it comes with a lot of experienced organizers. So I want to say a big thank you for those people that come all the way from far and near to come and be part of this organization.
Hello, I'm Maya Abdulhamid, the CEO of the Social Housing and Mortgage Finance Fund in Egypt. This is my first visit to Nigeria and Abuja in specific. I've been invited to this housing show. This is my first visit to Nigeria. I've had a good chance to meet with all the Nigerian officials as well as the African ministers and delegations. I think the presentation helped a lot and giving insights to those attending. I also benefited from hearing other experiences from the experts from across the continent and the international experts as well.
My name is Rolando Bunoba, and this is the Rolando Bunoba Real Foundation for Housing and Urban Development. Shout out to IIHS. You guys are doing a great job. This is the 19th edition, and I think it's just going to keep getting better and better and better. Kudos to the team at AIHS.
Welcome back. Glad to know you're still watching Housing TV News at the hour. The Nigerian Economic Summit Group has called for improved quality certification and standards in Nigeria to strengthen export competitiveness and increase trade earnings. It said that despite a first quarter 2026 trade surplus, weak certification systems and structural challenges continue to limit export performance and global market access. The group also highlighted export routing through neighboring countries, which reduces value captured within Nigeria. NESG urged a shift towards non-oil exports such as processed agriculture and manufactured goods alongside better use of AFCFTA opportunities. It added that improving port efficiency, logistics, and compliance with international standards will be key to expanding Nigeria's export growth and reducing reliance on oil. The National Information Technology Development Agency (NIDA) and TikTok have launched a partnership aimed at equipping Nigerian small and medium enterprises with digital commerce skills to enhance their competitiveness. Speaking at the launch of the TikTok Digital Commerce Labs program in Lagos, NIDA Director General Kashifu Inuwa said the initiative would help entrepreneurs access larger markets and drive business growth through technology. Under the collaboration, TikTok will provide an initial $20,000 to support a pilot training program, leveraging NIDA's digital literacy for all network to reach entrepreneurs, especially those in underserved communities. The initiative is expected to strengthen SMEs and support the growth of Nigeria's digital economy. The Federal Competition and Consumer Protection Commission has intensified efforts to curb unfair business practices and protect consumers across the country. In recent months, the Commission has sealed the premises of several firms, including P1 Maxi Property and Business Solution Limited, Casco Electronics, and two Abuja-based real estate companies over alleged non-compliance with regulatory directives and unresolved consumer complaints. FCCPC officials said the actions are aimed at ensuring ethical business practices and safeguarding consumers, urging businesses to comply with regulations and consumers to exercise due diligence before making financial commitments. In the world of sports, Brazil coach Carlo Ancelotti says Neymar is expected to return from a calf injury from the Selecao final World Cup's Group C match against Scotland on Wednesday. The 34-year-old missed Brazil's opening two matches, including Friday's 3-0 victory over Haiti, but is set to resume full training with the squad after individual sessions. Brazil's all-time leading scorer with 79 goals in 129 appearances, Neymar is aiming to feature in his fourth World Cup after recovering from injuries that have limited his playing time in recent years. Also, Brazil legend Ronaldo Nazário and the former France striker Thierry Henry have offered constructing views on Brazil's 3-0 World Cup victory over Haiti. While Ronaldo acknowledged the importance of the win, he said the performance fell short of the standards expected of the five-time champions. Henry, however, praised the team's unity, structure, and intensity, highlighting Vinicius Junior's leadership and Matheus Cunha's influence. Henry added that Brazil no longer appears overly reliant on Neymar and could emerge as one of the tournament's most dangerous sides if they could maintain their current form. And that's just the size of our package in Housing TV News at the app. But before we go, a recap of our top stories. Federal government and the Federal Capital Territory move to end the multiple taxation in Abuja. APC's Fadlile wins Ondo South. Lagos secures 170 million euros EIB funding for Onyeko Waterways project. On the foreign scene, we told you that a scammer is to resign as UK Prime Minister. Burnham leads succession race. For more news in the housing sector, do well to subscribe to our YouTube channel, Housing TV Africa. You can follow us on all the social media platforms and download the Housing TV mobile app and free TV app on your Google Play Store and Apple Store to stay connected. Many thanks for watching. I remain Dorcas Chia. Bye for now.
Visit Housing TV Africa on YouTube and click on the subscribe button. Subscribe to Housing TV Africa to stay updated on latest happenings in Nigeria's housing sector. Follow our social media pages, like and share our posts on Facebook, Housing TV Africa, on Twitter, Housing TV Africa, Instagram, Housing TV Africa. Join the conversation and keep up with latest housing updates.